know, when you think Autodesk, you think of CAD software, you think of design. But of course, in the real world, it's more than just designing the parts, you've got to make it. I'm with Jamie Schell, he's product specialist with Autodesk. Now, Jamie, I understand that we probably shouldn't think of Autodesk as strictly design software anymore. We're talking now about computer-aided manufacturing. Tell me about it.
That's absolutely correct. So, Autodesk has purchased a company called CAD about 3 years ago, and about a year ago, they've really pushed hard on the make industry. So the make industry is all of manufacturing solutions. So from 3D printing to NC machines, 5-axis moves, no problem for Autodesk anymore. We're doing a lot with the CAD products like Power Mill, Feature Cam, Power Shape, Power Inspect, and really creating solutions for customers now, as where before we didn't have that option. So it's been really boots on the ground, getting out and helping people more than in an office space. So we have a lot of specialists, a lot of AEs, a lot of, you know, just people willing to help anybody at any time.
Jamie, historically, CAD preceded CAM by decades, and the ability to render and look at a part allowed designers some freedom to actually visualize better what they're trying to do and tweak designs. But there's a yawning chasm between that and making a part that's manufacturable. And so frequently we saw an iterative process where the part was rendered, designed, handed down to a manufacturing engineer who turned around and said, well, look, we can't make this. You got to take out this attribute, that attribute there. Is there a way you can see bring these two families together?
So that's exactly what we're doing. So there's a product called Fusion 360, which is basically developed on the Inventor platform. So it's usable for everybody from the guy in his garage to small shops at relatively low costs. And we're seeing great attributes with that product. And it does design and CAM at the same time. So you don't have those errors anymore, which is a huge advantage to guys on the shop floor not complaining about what is truly going on. Right? Yeah. So it's been fantastic.
Yeah, in my experience, historically, design engineers are brilliant at visualizing the outcome, the end part. They're not so good at visualizing, say, a toolpath in a CNC machine in it. So with this technology, it's something we can help people that don't normally see how a CNC machine, for example, operates, visualize how the toolpaths work. Is simulation a major component these days?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're using a lot of our CAM software for those simulations, and with our feature recognition software, it'll actually pre-program the part for you, so you can see if there's errors in it already from a design standpoint. So what we encourage is if someone's designing something, throw it into Feature Cam, let it run, and you'll see where it's impossible to machine. So there is no errors anywhere.
Okay, that's interesting. I say it's historically where you have a conflict, a crash, or something where you break through a wall, a cooling channel, for example. Yep. Normally you'd find that out when you mill the soft tool prototype.
Not anymore, my friend, not anymore.
Okay.
So now with our simulation software, our software runs right off the post, which is generally where you're going to find your errors. So what happens is in the software, they create it, it looks great on the program, and then they go to the post and something errors out. Yeah. That's what happens. Our software takes the post right up front. Simulate, you can bring in the 3D virtual model of the machine, the vise, the stock. You can guarantee no gouges and guarantee no over travel, no anything, which is fantastic.
Now, historically, CAD products, CAM products were extremely complex, difficult to use, took us someone with a great deal of experience to do it. It's been getting simpler and more intuitive all the way down the line. With these new integrated CAD, CAM products, do you see non-engineers using this now? Can you see machinists, tool makers?
We're seeing actually artists use it. So the software that we have now, some of it's so easy to use, like our Fusion 360 and our Feature Cam, we're finding artists are now using it to design anything they want in their mindset, which is great. So we have places like Pier 9, we have places like the Toronto Mars Center, and they're dedicated to this kind of art and research and scientific, and the things they come up with is fantastic, from cars to dresses, and they're all using Fusion 360 to produce all this stuff. So from an easeability kind of project, it's very easy to use. I have a 10-year-old son and he knows how to use it already.
So how about additive? We talked a lot about CNC, subtractive is still the bulk of the industry, but additive is coming on strong now, both metal and resin at this point. You work with additive too?
So additive, we have a product called NetFab. We have some great experts that use this software. We're actually having more and more requests for additive companies that want to bring our software and sell it with their machine. So, I mean, I'm more of a manufacturing guy, but from a standpoint of that, Absolutely, we're getting a huge amount of requests for our NetFab product.
Jamie, historically, CAD/CAM integrated systems were expensive, big platforms, and it gave larger job shops and manufacturers a distinct advantage. And smaller ones, of course, had difficulty then with that gap at this point. Is this technology that can allow smaller shops to compete now?
So what Autodesk has really done is become a customer company. And they've heard everybody say the same thing, basically what you just said. So their price ranges have come down drastically compared to what we're normally used to seeing in the CNC world. So low price points and getting everybody using our software is the goal. It's really not the traditional sales tactic. It's more of an advanced mindset that, you know, we really want to make anything and help people make anything.
That's, you're talking about getting away from numbers, mathematically based design, rendering, manufacturing, to just a creative process here.
That's correct, yeah. So basically you can think it, we have a software that can do it for you. And that's really what we do. We literally mean make anything.
Changing the paradigm from a strict design, iterate, build model to something a lot more creative, says Jamie Schell from Autodesk.